The morning show.
Yeah.
The Big Show with Glenn and Angel on Kiss 92.
Good morning.
Sometimes getting out of bed in the morning is a lot to deal with all at once.
Good morning and welcome to Happy at Work Thursday. Our guest for today is Adrian Choo from Career Agility International. And today is Ask Adrian Anything Day.
Ask Adrian anything. Last week we had such a fun session talking, and a lot of people called in with their HR questions, with their career questions. So I thought today might be interesting to open up the floor to all our listeners out there who might have a pressing career question, who might need some clarity or clarification.
They have many questions for you, Adrian.
They do. Now,
if you
have questions, but you want to remain anonymous, you can do so. Just WhatsApp us 88550920 and put ANON, and we will not mention your name, obviously, because we can't see your name unless we go digging. But somebody anonymously did message in because we were asking for questions earlier, and this person said, if your line manager is not actively showing visibility and taking credit for what the team is doing, and at the same time another team lead is giving management the impression all the ideas are coming from him or her, what can the members of the team doing the real work do?
Oh, wow.
So somebody else taking credit for someone else's work, basically.
Oh, wow. Okay. Yeah, we see a lot of that before, right?
Yeah.
Have you experienced that before in your line?
No,
Yes.
not really. I think it's quite clear when I do something. So.
Because your work a lot of times is your what we call it individual contributor.
Yes.
Yeah. So it's whether you win or lose, you pass or fail.
All my responsibility,
Yeah, so
yes.
yeah.
Which is tough as well.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm sure in workspaces where there are teams, it might happen.
So if someone's trying to steal your thunder or take credit for the work you're doing, one of the things is you need to speak up. And it's not about stepping up and saying that, hey, don't steal my credit. It's about getting a group of what we call not really lobbyists, but sponsors, allies who support you. And if you just tell them, share with them, especially if they're key stakeholders, say, oh, I did this and I did that and achieved this, or my team did this, and therefore, so don't let the other party seize the narrative. You have to start building your own PR campaign, so to speak.
But you don't want to call somebody out as well,
Yeah,
right?
so you
Don't be
don't
like,
go up
that
and say,
person took my idea.
Yeah, so you want to take credit for a lot of times. Other people it's like nature abhors a vacuum. That's the old saying. And if no one's going to take credit for something great that's happened, someone's going to step up and take it. And a lot of times, for a lot of folks out there, they are what we call quiet doers. You do the work quietly. You think that if I do it, someone's going to notice and I'm going to get credit because I'm too humble, too shy to step up.
That is stupid. That's stupidity.
So for people,
You have to make a little bit of noise. You don't want to make a sound that's
too loud,
unwise.
Yeah.
Okay?
Correct.
But you need to find a way to understand that if you absolutely keep quiet, you're going to get nowhere.
Correct.
And you're going to be hidden among the furniture because nobody will notice you.
That's why the saying I like is the squeaky wheel gets the grease. So you got to squeak a little, otherwise no one's going to give you credit, no one's going to give you any grease. So the quiet wheels, the ones that are working fine, nobody cares.
But there are so many introverted people. There are so many people kind of stuck behind their desk, humble or quiet. And how do we get them to speak out and say it's their work and the credit belongs to them without changing too much of their character? Is there a way to like imprint their names on the work or make sure people know it's them?
So what you can do, is take credit for it, but not by standing on a soapbox and yelling, right? You can just drop an email out to the rest of the team members. Say, I want to recognize that this team did this together. We did this.
Get it in writing.
Yeah, get it in writing. Put it out there, but you may not want to take full credit for yourself.
Yeah.
But you can even say something like, I want to thank my boss for being so supportive.
Oh, that's a good way.
Yeah, so instead of saying I did it, but in a disguised way, you're flattering your boss, saying nice things about the people around you. But
thank you to boss for giving me the opportunity to complete this project with my team. You know what I mean? Right? Something like that.
Just don't go overboard and do what some funny people do on LinkedIn. Is like, I'm so humble to get this award for.
But then they go on and on and on.
Then just so much humble bragging out there. So moderation, a bit of class.
Okay.
All right, let's continue to talk to Adrian on The Big Show TV. Meantime, here's Elite featuring Ava Max. Baby, it's both on Kiss 92. Okay.
Okay, just getting. Okay.
Just like I take credit for Adrian Choo being on the show for 5 years now.
Oh, 5 years.
Because I got this text message from Jason Dacey back in. Let me see. What is it now? Now it's 2025.
Oh, it's been more than 5 years.
2019.
Just before COVID, I think.
Just before COVID.
Just before COVID.
Yeah.
It's like, I know this guy, Adrian Choo, you want to have him on your show? I said, yeah, sure. And then he came on once, and then after that, the rest
is history.
I had so much fun on that first show.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, I mean, meeting you guys was like, so cool.
Starstruck.
Yeah, I mean, I grew up with you guys, so it's like, it's just meeting you guys in person. It's like,
And we're like, this is a good guy. He's very comfortable on the radio and is very likable. Let's do it. Happy at Work Thursdays with Adrian Choo from
Nice.
Korea Agility International.
And we're in 2025 now. Okay, so back to the topic. Mall has come on and said, do you think RTO is going to be a norm soon, even for tech companies? For some global roles, it just doesn't make sense to RTO. I had to look up RTO. It is requested time off, I'm thinking, or is it recovery time objective or return to office?
I know there's so many. Return to office, it could be...
return to office for tech company.
Okay, RTO is return to office. Yes.
Return to office?
Yes.
It doesn't make it, okay.
It's RTO is... Yeah, it's gonna be a norm.
So that means not working from home.
Yeah. Okay. So if it's good, if your idea of WFH, work from home, is 5 days, I work from home, I don't want to turn up, then that's not going to happen.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
And if
that's
it
true.
does happen, honestly speaking, if it does happen, I would question the value of hiring you. Because if I can hire someone who's going to work from home and not turn up, I would personally think about hiring someone from Malaysia.
Overseas, yeah,
Overseas,
of course.
half the price, a quarter
Third
the price.
to
To do the work.
Yeah.
Because you're not turning up. So
Yeah.
what's the value if you're not turning up for work? And I think it is dangerous because if you're not turning up for work, people don't know you exist. Because they go like, who's who? So I had this friend who had a colleague who didn't turn up for work for close to 9 months. His colleague joined the company,
Work from home.
work from home, and then at the Christmas event turned up, everyone was going like, who's this person?
That's funny. Free alcohol.
But can I ask you, Adrian, why are people still... look, I know many people like working from home.
Yeah.
But some people prefer to go to the office, right? But now that COVID is done, right? Why isn't the government saying, okay, everyone back at work? You know what I mean? Back to the office. I mean, it's the norm. It used to be the norm.
Correct, but I think a lot of companies have downsized during COVID.
Okay.
So a lot of their offices became smaller, and then they realized that they don't need that many desks that people can work remotely.
Yeah, but that's not our problem.
No, but then they're paying less for rent.
Yeah, but for the economy,
It's
isn't it
not the
better if
government's.
everybody...
Actually, interestingly, the government
It's not their-
they've released a flexible work arrangement (FWA) policy where you can actually request to work from home within reason.
What's
there's-
within reason, though?
So there's a flexi time, which means that if I want to come at 10 but leave at 7, you can request for it.
Okay.
Then there's flexi place, which means that instead of working at one location, I can work at 2 or 3 different locations.
Cafes
or
or home.
work from home.
Right.
And there's a flexi... I can't remember the third one. Basically flexi time, flexi work. Basically, I want to work 2 days from home. And the employer has to listen and agree, or if they don't agree, they have to provide some form of documentation and say, look, you're doing sales, you can't work from home.
So this mandated by the government.
Yes, correct.
Oh,
But
okay.
you're doing sales. That's precisely why you can work from home.
Oh, yeah, perhaps, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Or work away from the office, because if, like what my old boss used to say, if you're in sales and you're in the office and not selling, you go out, go talk to people.
Yeah, you
right?
need to be out there.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, correct. So I think there's some degree of flexibility, which is nice. Once again, if you swing over to the other end of it and you don't enforce it, or if it's overdone, then it's going to be difficult, both for the employee and for the employer, if
Right.
you ask me.
Because see, like in America, right? Trump just said, everybody back to work,
Back to work.
Yeah, he's
right?
yeah, all the
What a
government,
man.
civil servants and all that. Yeah.
Yeah, so he offered a voluntary buyout, 8 months salary for any federal worker who wants to resign. Because I did some research yesterday. I wrote an article on this. There are 3 million federal workers. A lot of them are only about 8. I don't know how reliable the stats are, because in the US media and everything, you can't trust it. They're saying that only about 8 to 10% of them actually turn up for work.
Out of 8 million.
Oh, 3 million.
Oh, 3 million,
So a lot of
right.
them are just from home, collecting money.
Some might not even be around anymore.
Some may not be- Yeah,
I mean, I'm
actually.
just saying, you never know.
Oh, Elon Musk was saying yesterday
Yeah,
that
the one about the mine and all that.
yeah, correct. That you actually have people on Social Security collecting who are 150 years old.
Yeah.
They just
Collecting
collect
money.
the grandkids are like collecting money for someone who's died. So he said basically, look, you don't want to come in to work. That's it. You're fired, and I'll pay you 8 months of salary.
8 months is pretty good, though. I mean, if you want to go, you go.
I would
right.
I would take the money and run, man.
And find another job.
Yeah, but the problem is a lot of people who don't run are those who cannot find another job. So they're just gonna hang around and try. So it's an HR decision. So Google as well in the US, they have offered a voluntary buyout as well to their staff, 25,000 individuals.
Who don't want to come back to work.
No,
Physically.
who are in products which they are sunsetting. Things like the Pixel phone.
Right, okay.
So instead of holding a retrenchment exercise, they're saying, okay, who wants to take the package, just go.
Okay. Coming up.
Okay. Back for a traffic update. Stand by.
I don't know what else that I can do, so I'll keep dancing with my eyes closed. Oh, I keep dancing with my eyes closed. Oh, I keep dancing with my.
Kiss 92 traffic.
On the KJE towards the PIE, there's been an accident that's been spotted after the Chua Chu Kang Drive exit, causing quite a bit of backup. Avoid lane 4. Other than that, it's the usual heavy traffic all over the place because of peak hour. If you spot anything, 88550920.
Welcome back to The Big Show and The Big Show TV. Our guest for today is Adrian Choo from Career Agility International. And we're taking your questions.
Yeah, we have one that's come in on WhatsApp. What do you do if you know, and some senior management knows, that the company might be shutting down or relocating, and we might be made redundant? I suppose these are people that are in the know without everyone knowing about it. I'm assuming that's what the question
I
is.
think look after yourself first. Start updating your CV. Start looking for the exit strategy or exit ramp. Start looking for a new role. If you want to, if you're not planning on retiring, then start looking for alternatives. The sooner the better. Because we get people asking us a question like, if I got retrenched today, how long will it take for me to land a job? And the answer is depends on how soon, how much earlier you've been looking for a job. Because it takes anywhere between 3 months to 6 months, depending, to land the right job.
So should you constantly be looking then? Because
I always think you should be aware of opportunities, but maybe not aggressively looking and going for interviews.
just kind of like in the peripheral, okay, I know this is going on, this is going on.
Yeah. But I think if you know your company is going to be retrenching staff, I think you have to make plans. And it's surprising from my own experience that individuals have been informed that the company is looking at downsizing for the past 18 months. And then when they finally get a letter, they
are surprised.
They get in the state of shock. Like, what? I didn't see it coming. So I once had a CFO, and his team was downsized from 16 to 2.
Wow.
Okay, yeah. And his team. And then one Monday morning he came in and he got a letter and he
had no more job.
He was in a state of shock.
Yeah.
And he came to me and I said, you didn't see it coming. I mean, it's like your team has been downsized and there's nothing much for you left here.
Probably felt like it's not going to happen to me. It's
Yeah.
not.
Correct.
Yeah.
Head in the ground like an ostrich. So the answer to that question is be on the lookout. And I think, in fact, I want to take this a step further for all our listeners out there. Never assume your job is stable. Always, no one is indispensable. So whether or not there is a retrenchment exercise coming up, or whether or not a new boss comes in, always have that backup plan, just in case.
You've said that over and over
Always
again.
have that.
Yeah.
Never assume, because it makes an ass of you, and me.
So back to this person. I mean, let's say they do know, like they said they know, and some senior management knows. And okay, you've already said keep a lookout for other work. Should people like that be telling the rest of the office that, hey guys, go and protect yourself as well and go look for other stuff?
No, I think you should just sit down and shut up.
Really?
But
Okay.
I think because you might be you might be you might be the only person privy to this information, and you don't want to be like the leak to tell everybody that, hey, there's a retrenchment exercise coming next month.
But if they're all your friends,
Yeah, I know. Maybe you can whisper to the friends, the
Oh,
team members.
grapevine kind of thing, yeah?
Yeah, I guess. But you don't want to go out and tell people, and then suddenly there's a leak. Because a lot of times, when there's a retrenchment exercise, the company, HR, and everyone tries to keep it quiet until the day itself when it's announced, right?
wow.
Because, and the last thing is to be the leaker. He told everyone. He said, but we told you in confidence because it's confidential information.
I want to find out why they keep it so secretive. Maybe
That's
when we
coming
go
up
on the
next
big
on the
show.
Big Show TV. It's 8:19.
Kiss 92 Time Check brought to you.
So why all the hush hush? I mean, wouldn't it be better to allow their employees to go find other employment than keep it hush hush until the day itself?
Yeah.
You're
So-
blindsided by it.
So some companies are very transparent. They say, okay, look, we're going to shut down the plant in the next 18 months.
Go look for other stuff.
Go look for other stuff in the meantime.
That's nice.
But if you stick around to the end, we'll give you a nice bonus kind of thing. But if you find a better job, then you can go ahead and look for one.
Okay.
Go join them. So that happens. But oftentimes when a company wants to do a layoff of a certain scale and size, they sometimes are worried about individuals. They know, I'm going to leave. I'm going to get fired I'm going to get retrenched next Friday. I'll sabotage the system.
Oh, well,
I'll
if
take
you're mean to them,
information
of
out.
course they're going to sabotage you,
Yeah,
right?
so sometimes the HR or the leadership just wants to be a bit
Cautious.
kiasu about it. And sometimes also there are situations where if there's a leak, and then you get the pesky press hanging around outside taking photographs. So sometimes they, for various reasons, they will
They keep
not
quiet.
let you know. But there will be signs.
Okay. We've got another message here. Planning to tender resignation without another job offer as yet. Company values do not align with my career and personal values. What's the best phrase or method to use to resign well and conclusively? I do not want a counter offer from the boss or or for the management to ask me to think about it further, nor want to have to use excuses such as I have personal reasons, family reasons, etc.
I would say don't resign first until you
Find
look
something
for
else.
something else. What do you think? I feel like this person is being a little bit I don't know. Maybe he's just feeling so down that he's not,
not doing him any good.
he's just feeling lousy, and
Yeah.
so could this be a spur of the moment thing? Or
You got a point, no, Glenn? You got a
Right.
point. Is it a spur of the moment thing? And we can't tell from the letter.
Yeah.
But what I can say is, if you look at your own history of your own career employment history, if you have had a record of every 3 months or 9 months you quit, you join something else, then I would say the problem may not be the boss of the company, it may be you. Or if you have been in the previous companies for like 8 years, 9 years, and then this one you just joined and you hate it, then it's not you probably, it's the company.
Right.
But it's okay to just resign and say due to personal reasons without giving examples or given. So when you resign, you don't have to justify the reason why you're
Yeah.
resigning to your boss. Just say,
and
"Look,
don't go and burn your bridges.
Just
as
no.
well. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm resigning because I don't see eye to eye with you guys.
yeah, you guys
Never
are,
burn
you guys
bridges.
are so stupid.
losers."
Oh my God.
So
Yeah.
you don't have to give a reason and just say that I'm going to quit and that's it. Yeah. And
So
you-
resignation, you don't have to give a reason.
No, you just say
I'm done.
you can just say I'm due to personal reasons.
Yeah, but the thing is, he didn't want to give excuses. It's just that he or she saying, you know what, my career and personal values don't align with yours. But don't say
But
that
don't
as an
say
excuse,
that. Yeah,
right?
correct.
Yeah.
So I think it's okay to just generically say it due to personal reasons. I almost spilled my.
Yeah.
And it's all about not having to go into details. And if they do ask, you just say that. Well, I think it's time to go.
Okay. Okay.
Don't-
My
don't have
time
to.
here is up.
Yeah, my time here is up.
Okay.
I don't need this job.
Yeah, but if you can, because I think, not just this person, but I think quite a number of people constantly think about quitting their jobs,
Yeah.
right? Because they're unhappy.
Not many people are happy.
But
though.
I feel like, if you go to another company, sometimes you'll experience almost the same thing as well.
Yeah.
In every company that you work for, right? I mean, the whole what do you say? Principles and all that don't align with him. I mean, how often do you work for a company and agree with the company on every level?
Yeah, unless it's like a like community service or something, and you're doing it for purpose or something. It's different, right?
I was once talking on the topic about people who say I want to quit every day, right? On that topic, I was once talking to a psychologist, and she said, I said, is that good or bad? She said, actually, that could be their coping mechanism with the stress.
Right.
It's like,
Just saying it, but not really meaning it.
I'm done. I'm going to get this. I'm going to quit end of the month, But then,
It's so negative, though.
yeah, I know. But sometimes there's a coping mechanism that they're reminding themselves that I can quit anytime I want to.
Oh, right.
Yeah,
okay.
but
okay.
I just decide not to. So
But deep down inside,
They don't like the job.
Or they need the money.
no, deep down
or-
inside, they want the job.
But they want the job.
They want to stay.
But they want to know that they're in control. The mindset is, I can quit
Is that
anytime.
it?
So one of the things we tell our clients, if they really hate the job, okay, and what we do is we tell them to print out your resignation letter. But make sure you don't leave it on the
Put
photostatic
it in
machine.
the drawer.
Put it in the drawer. Just leave the date blank. Okay. Each time you're feeling stressed, you pull out and you say, should I fill in the date today?
Oh, I see.
Maybe not today. One more day.
What if someone sees it?
Then you're in. That's why you got to make sure it's not accidentally
I'm just
left.
saying,
on the,
right? What if someone sees it?
Yeah. Make sure it's not accidentally left on the photocopying machine
Or your table.
or your
and,
table, right? Yeah. So
Well, we'll tell everybody right now why. So, don't take it seriously. It's just something there to...
and it's a personal thing, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I have a
keep you going.
client who, whenever things get tough, she looks at it and she goes, not today.
Okay.
Because if you, as I said before, if you're making like 12K a month, so or 15K a month or whatever it is, okay. One day you calculate it's about a couple $100. So every extra day you hang on is a couple $100 more in your bank account. So just hang in there lah. Right?
Yeah.
Nothing. So just hang in there until the time when you got another job offer or you really can't take it anymore and you want to tell the boss off. But as we say, don't tell the boss off. Don't
So
burn bridges.
Maul earlier asked the question
RTO.
about RTO, right? Is RTO going to be a
Yes.
norm soon, return to office, even for tech companies? Because for some companies, it just doesn't make sense. The reason she's asking is because her boss and team members are all overseas. So basically, I think it's an empty office. I've known of some people like that as well, where everyone travels a lot and they're the only person that's in the office.
Yeah.
Do they need to be there?
Well, I still think at least once a week, maybe, or once. Depending. I mean, if there's no bosses there, but it's still important to be there to get a pulse.
Maybe
on
also keep the office breathing and pick up phone calls or whatever it may be.
Or get to know your other colleagues from the other departments so that you can have a pulse. You can feel what's going on in case there's any secret retrenchment that's going to
Test the
happen.
temper- yeah.
But there are people
you
in
know.
the other departments. It's not just like
No,
she's
I mean,
alone,
it
is
could,
it?
doesn't say.
Maybe the office is haunted.
Maybe the office is
And she's
but
all
some
alone.
offices are completely empty. I mean, some don't have departments, right? They're just like one
Yeah, big
area that
open.
you can see. Yeah.
I've worked in a haunted office before, by the way.
Oh, yeah?
Nobody wants
Tell
to
us
do
about it.
OT.
Tell us
Okay,
about it.
but-
Wait. Okay, we're going for
I
a
think it's
traffic
the
update.
last one.
Yes, let's talk about that.
The haunted office.
Kiss 92 traffic.
All right, on the AYE towards the MCE before the Buona Vista exit, look out for a vehicle having a little trouble there. Also on the PIE towards the airport at the Upper Serangoon Road exit, a vehicle's broken down as well. Wherever you are this Thursday, stay safe.
Welcome back to The Big Show and The Big Show TV. Coming up very soon, we've got Liyana Morrison from O4X telling us more about Sneakercon Southeast Asia. But right now, we're still with Adrian Choo from Career Agility International, taking all your questions on 88550-920. A few more questions, Angel, and then Adrian's going to tell us his ghost story.
Yeah. So we have somebody that's messaged in. If you're retrenched and then offered a new role, but you don't really like the new role offered for some reason, are we still entitled to the retrenchment benefits?
Yes.
Okay. Short answer, yes.
As long as your role is no longer there, you should be getting. It should be given to you. You
Okay.
can decline it.
All right. Another one is when it comes to annual appraisals, is there such a thing whereby each department can give a certain quota of A or B grades to their staff? I don't know what this means.
Yeah. I mean, it all depends on HR and the company policy.
Okay.
So some departments, the bosses may argue that I have more A grade employees than the other departments. So
Right,
it's up to the
okay.
bosses to argue it out with HR.
Okay.
And see who's got who has more power.
Okay, from the same person, continuing on that topic, should I take the initiative to update my HR on the completion of short or long courses that I went through, regardless of whether they're relevant to my current job scope?
Yeah, why not?
Okay.
In fact, I would talk to my bosses. One of the things you can do if you've taken up a new course that's interesting and you want to kind of announce it, like I said earlier, do not be the quiet doer, right? I mean, if you got a certificate in sustainability or something, you can say that, hey guys, can I do a lunchtime talk this next Friday about what I've learned? And then everyone's going to know that, wow, this person's an expert now. She's learned this. And make it like a fun thing.
So that works even if you did a course on like gardening or making dog food, because there'll always be someone that, no, but I'm
that's true.
like during lunchtime or
Yeah.
coffee break, right? There'll always be someone that's interested in that.
Yeah.
Even if it's just one person, you've
Yeah, correct.
passed that knowledge on.
Yeah.
Oh, I like that idea. Okay. All right, there's your answer. Hope we answered your questions. Now on to the haunted story.
Yeah, because I mentioned just now on the Big Show TV that, Maul, I think, we were
Yes,
talking about Maul,
yeah.
right? Who's working alone in the office and I think, feeling a little left out because the rest of the colleagues are traveling so much and all that. So I was just joking. I said, hey, maybe the office is haunted. That's why she doesn't want to be there all
Yeah.
alone. And Adrian says he's worked in an office that was haunted.
Yeah, so this was after my A-levels before going to the army, and we had and I was temping. Those days we call it temping at a Malaysian bank along one of those old shop houses at Chinatown. And I stayed back, and there were about 8 p.m. And then there were noises coming out, which I would expect an old shop house to have. I went to the toilet and there were knocking sounds coming from the toilet. The doors were moving.
Oh, right. Okay.
And I was like, okay, I'm getting out of here. And the next day when I went back, I told the staff, I described what happened, and he said, oh, so you met her too, I was like, what do you mean met her? I quit the next day. Oh, you met her too? It's like, okay, no, thank you. I'm not going to work here. That's a unhealthy office environment.
That's a red flag right there. Oh my gosh.
goodness.
And apparently it was, and they were telling me stories about how that's why they don't do OT because, and no wonder the boss was telling me not to do OT.
Overtime. Wow.
Yeah, overtime, because it's everyone just disappeared after 7.
Oh my
Once the sun
goodness.
went down, everybody disappeared. And so haunted office,
Oh,
creepy stuff.
boy.
I have no idea what it was. I have no explanation. My colleague was there with me as well. My army buddy. We both did the same job there, and we both saw it.
Yeah.
And till today, I still can't figure out why. But I'm not going to ask why, and I'm never going to work in a shop house in Chinatown anymore.
Needless to say, you believe in ghosts.
I do now.
Speaking of ghosts, I just want to recommend a show on Netflix. It's called The Typewriter.
Oh.
Very good. That's all I'm going to say. Go discover it for yourself.
Is
It's on
it a
Netflix.
Bollywood movie or an English movie?
Well, it's a Bollywood, but dubbed in English. Why do you always need to ask me questions like that?
Because I just want to find out what
Just
you're
go
watching.
and watch The Typewriter.
on.
It's in English.
It's on Netflix.
Okay?
Netflix.
It's on Netflix.
Okay.
It's on
All right.
Netflix. Thank you very much, Adrian, for joining us today.
Always a pleasure. Have a great weekend ahead, everybody.
All right, stand by. Liyana Morrison from O4X is next. Here's Ariana Grande with One Last Time on Kiss 92. Ariana Grande right here on Kiss 92. All the great songs in one place. That's one last time. All right, our guest is Liyana Morrison. She's next. She's the general manager of O4X, and we're so excited because Sneakercon Southeast Asia is just around the corner. Good morning, Liyana.
Good morning. Thank you for having me.
Of course. Thank you so much for coming in. So SneakerCon is on next weekend.
Yes.
I think we're
exactly.
all very, very excited, especially the sneakerheads. I've never been to SneakerCon.
Oh, you have to come.
I
Have to
know.
come.
I missed it last year as well.
Oh, yes, of course. Yeah.
So what can I expect if I head down next weekend?
Oh, definitely. So, SneakerCon SEA, we're happening at MBS next weekend on the 22nd and 23rd. So, of course, the name itself, SneakerCon SEA, where there's sneakers involved. Of course, that's the core of the culture, but we're all about community. We're also about lifestyle. It's not just about sneakers. We have art, we have designers, we have sports as well. So there's something for everyone.
Okay.
So a
it's
little
not-
bit of history about SneakerCon. I mean, it started in the United States.
Correct. Yeah. So we're in our 16th year and third year in Singapore.
Wow. Okay. Very
Absolutely
nice.
amazing.
So I like that you said it's not just for sneakerheads because
Correct,
is it a family affair? Should you bring the
Definitely.
kids and
yeah,
everything?
Definitely family friendly. I think what we want to do as O4X, so as the organizers of SneakerCon SEA, we happen to also be the same team behind Gastrobeats. If you know the huge food and music festival every year that happens at Bayfront. Essentially, what we're doing this year, we're bringing a combined effort between SneakerCon SEA and Gastrobeats.
Oh.
We're
Wow.
introducing a very unique, for the first time ever, Gastrobeats Takes the Streets.
Oh, so there's going to be food.
Correct, yes. And Gastrobeats essentially will be a free to enter area where we have food vendors. You can get your beef bowls, your burgers, your
Wow.
tacos as well, your drinks, along with our basketball court run by King of the Court. We'll have like dunk challenges, shootouts as well. We'll have our skate park run by Porvida Skateboarding. There's like an open trial session. Adults, kids can do skateboarding trials
Wow.
as well. iClaw machine. So there's something for everyone as well.
My goodness, it sounds
Yeah.
like a whole
Yeah.
almost like an amusement fun fair, because you've got your food and then you've got your art, like you said, you've got
yeah.
music, I'm sure,
Yes,
that's happening as
definitely.
well. Wow.
Yeah. On the
Okay.
music front, actually, for Gastrobeats, we do a mentorship program under Gastrobeats with 53A. At this event next weekend, we'll be having the sneak peek of our new mentees, the Gastrobeats giggers. They'll be doing busking throughout the weekend on the Gastrobeats Take the Street side at SneakerCon SEA.
Wow,
cool.
new
A lot
talent.
happening.
And we are still going to be having Gastrobeats in the later part of the year, right?
Definitely. So this is just a sneak peek of
Wow,
the
I
excitement.
like it. Sounds
Wow.
fantastic.
I just want to find out very, very quickly from you because I've been getting like friends asking me and all that. So basically, O4X is part of the O4 company.
Exactly, yep. So O4X, we're essentially the IP development company. And when I say IP development, I guess you can say we build brands, but O4X specifically, we build brands, we build communities in the lifestyle space, in consumer products, events as well, and in media, so content as well.
And what an amazing company, because I've met everyone in the team already. So Michelle Lee is the CEO, and of course there's Luke Ko, who is he is the group chief
commercial officer.
Commercial officer.
Yes.
And then there is of course Shen Sim, who is the head of
Marketing and communications.
And of course
Yeah.
you are the general manager. Such a vibrant, energetic, fantastic team.
Yeah, I think you guys are doing so much to get people together and spend time together,
Yes.
And there's more to come.
There is, I'm sure.
Yeah. We're all
Fantastic.
about community.
All right, let's continue to talk to Liyana on the Big Show TV. Meantime, here's Jay Tajor with Like I Do on Kiss 92.
I love this because it's the kind of events and with SneakerCon, Gastrobeats, and all that you don't necessarily have your face stuck in your screen.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Like when I
Yeah.
went to Gastrobeats last year, and that was my first experience, and I absolutely loved it. It's got this whole vibe about it.
Yeah.
The food was fabulous. Love the fact that y'all had vegetarian and
yes.
vegan options.
Yeah, definitely a must-have.
It must have, yeah.
And she was very drunk as well, along with the Flying Dutchman.
I was not
Because
very,
Luke was
I
amazing.
Not
We
very
were
drunk.
all having the the Japanese stuff.
Oh yes, yes.
Right?
Yeah, yeah.
It was like
Kyushi?
Yeah.
Is it? The beef bowls?
Yeah,
Wagyu
yeah.
beef bowls.
Wagyu
Okay.
beef bowls and all that. And I was having, you know, a lot of like sake-ish,
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah.
drinks.
Yeah.
But these guys, they want to have sake. We
were having wine.
So Luke was like, okay, what do you want to drink? Wine. So of course, Luke being Luke, he brought quite a number of
Oh, my
bottles
goodness.
of white wine for these guys. And FD was just,
I
man.
have to say,
lubricated.
I thought it was the same bottle of wine the whole time because it just kept getting replenished. Looked like it wasn't disappearing at all. So I was like, oh, we're not done.
The ninja sneak attack. Like,
It
just keep
is.
popping up.
What a party. But we all went home with big smiles on our faces.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's going to be middle of the year again?
Middle of the year, so end of May, 30th of May to 22nd of June.
Oh, because we celebrated his birthday last year.
That's true.
22nd of June.
That's
so
why we hold
sweet.
it in June.
Oh, the only
Just
reason.
for you, Glenn.
That's why I love O4X. you see. So, Liyana, just coming back to Sneakercon once again. So, I know it. This is the third year, as you were saying, but why was Sneakercon brought to Singapore?
I guess definitely Singapore being kind of the regional hub, there's so much amazing creativity and talent throughout the region. So for Singapore SEA of course being Southeast Asia, we want to really bring together community from across Southeast Asia, whether it's the sneaker designers, the sneaker heads, the streetwear brands, the artists themselves.
Right.
So you are really looking at Singapore as a hub for that creativity and bringing that community together. And I think in the run-up to Sneakercon SEA, the team, our team at O4X, we've had our trips to visit our regional friends in Malaysia, in Indonesia as well, Thailand, Philippines. So it's really all about bringing that huge network together into one room. A
Right.
lot of really exciting talents.
But
in
is it
one room.
very different? I mean, the way you guys are putting together Sneakercon SEA as compared to what they've done in the States, for example. I mean, is
Oh, yeah.
it similar? Do they also have fringe events happening?
Yeah, so I guess in the U.S. there's a huge focus on some key areas. So there's always the trading pit where people can do live trading. They bring their own swag. Like someone can be like, "Hey, Glenn, I like your cap. Like, can I
Right.
have that? I'll swap you for my T-shirt or something."
Are we going to have that here?
Definitely have
So
that
no
here.
money
Yeah.
involved, you're saying?
No
It's just
money
a trade.
involved. It can
Trading
be a
pit.
trade.
Glenn, you were wondering what to do with your shoes. There you go.
All my sneakers.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So people can bring their own sneakers, their own apparel. They can swap. They can buy and sell if they want to as well.
But they need to book a spot, right?
oh,
They can't
no.
just randomly come in.
It's super Singapore style.
Oh.
It's chop your space. You get in there, you chop your space.
Come cop a
Yeah.
squat here.
Oh,
Yeah,
great.
exactly. So
Like it.
it's very casual, relaxed community
Okay.
kind of vibes. Then, of course, there will always be the marketplace where we have resellers and vendors. Creators essentially that have maybe create their own accessories from across the world as well. I think this year we even have some from Canada that are flying in as well to take up space in the marketplace.
So like
Yeah,
booths,
booths and
stuff, right?
tables.
Okay.
Then definitely the stage. One of our biggest highlights for every SneakerCon globally is this game 40 for 40. So if you see any signature photos of SneakerCon online, there'll be a sea, usually of kids, teenagers, some very excitable grown-ups where they'll be like screaming their heads off, waving their hands around, and that is 40 for 40.
What is
it's
that?
a stage game. 40 people get picked out of a crowd,
Okay.
and it's a guaranteed win of awesome, usually sneakers, merchandise, swag.
So it's random.
It's random, and it's usually based on. It can be anything.
Your
like,
face. No.
But usually it'll be like, take off your shoes, show us like your best,
Oh,
like,
right, okay.
like what are your grails? Grails meaning like your hottest like collector sneaker.
Right.
Okay.
So really high energy, high octane. Events as well, and every day we'll be having general raffle, premium raffle as well for ticket holders. So a lot of stuff up for grabs.
Amazing. Now, speaking of all the exciting stuff that's going on, you've got some headliners this year. Ray Little Black, Mark Ong, who's also known as Mr. Sabotage,
Yeah.
Stephen Smith, Lester Lim. Tell us some of the brands that are
yeah.
going to be on show.
So definitely we have Ray-Ban on show. So of course everybody knows their accessories. We have SBTG, our local design rep Mark Ong. We'll be having Diplomat, an artist collective with over 60 different artists coming in on rotation over the weekend, selling all sorts of accessories, doing like rug tufting, live painting. We'll be having Flab Slab, so on the designer toy side of things. So I think there's a really great mix of this year, like the sneaker component. We have another brand, UGN, which is a regional brand that's selling a kind of new brand of sneakers as well. So we have an interesting mix of like artists, sneakers. Of course, we'll have our friends there from Carlsberg as well, who will be keeping everyone well
Lubricated?
hydrated and lubricated as well.
Hello, friends from Carlsberg.
Exactly,
Okay. So we're going on back on air soon. Let's talk a little bit about the headliners and this 40-40. I think.
Yeah,
is really
man, 40
interesting.
for 40.
I think
Sounds like so much fun.
Yeah.
That's a must see and must be there. And
Is it going to
feel
happen
the
just
energy.
one time or throughout?
Once a day.
Once a day.
Okay.
Is there a time?
I will need to get back to you on that, but
that's
in
fine.
the afternoon, mid-afternoon.
Okay,
All right.
but we'll talk about that on when we get back on air. All right, 40 for 40. That's so special.
He took me back to East Atlanta, na na na. Oh, my heart is in Havana. My heart is in Havana, Havana, na na.
Kiss 92 traffic.
All right, on the PIE towards the airport, right before Tampines Avenue 5, avoid lane 3. An obstacle has been spotted. Not quite sure what that is. Also on the AYE towards the MCE, a broken down vehicle before Bona Vista exit. If you spot anything else, you can always WhatsApp us, 8855
Good morning and welcome back to The Big Show and The Big Show TV. Our guest for today is Liyana Morrison, General Manager of O4X. And of course, O4X is the organizer of Sneakercon SEA. And it happens on the 22nd and 23rd of February next weekend at Marina Bay Sands Expo and Convention Center. Please grab your tickets right now before they all run out at sea.sneakercon.com.
Yeah, it'll be going on 22nd and 23rd, like Glenn mentioned, from 11 a.m. to 8 p.m. And we want to talk about some of the fun stuff that is happening, especially 40 for 40. Tell us a little bit about that.
So 40 for 40 is a signature stage game that happens at every Sneakercon. It's basically high octane, high energy, a sea of people in front of the stage all screaming to get picked. 40 people get picked on stage one at a time, and there's basically a randomizer, and you'll get to win awesome limited edition sneakers, awesome swag. So if you're there at Sneakercon, you must see this event. That's probably the highest energy point. That's the peak in terms of energy. At
Wow.
Sneakercon.
So
Sounds like
cool.
fun. Oh my goodness. And this happens only on one day or both days?
Both days. So each day we'll do it for 1 hour, usually be 1 hour in the mid-afternoon. But definitely stay tuned to our Instagram to check out the timings.
Okay.
And what time does Sneakercon open?
11 a.m. each day.
Okay.
Nice.
11 a.m.
Sounds like a
And
ton of
I
fun.
mentioned earlier on, you can get your tickets from sea.sneakercon.com. And each ticket, I hear, comes with a free entry into Marquee on the 22nd of February.
That's right.
Yeah, if you want to follow them on Instagram, it's sneakercon_SEA. So everything is updated there. You'll find out all the latest on their Instagram page.
Absolutely brilliant. Thank you very much, Liyana, for coming
you.
in.
Thanks for having me.
And
Thank
telling us a little bit more. So now we know there's Marketplace and there's the trading pit.
Oh my God, the
happening
trading pit sounds like
as
fun.
well.
Yeah.
I heard someone talking about it already the other day, actually.
yeah?
One of my friend's kids.
Oh,
Oh.
Yeah,
Okay,
she's looking
great.
forward to Sneakercon. And I think she was talking about the trading pit and the marketplace.
Marketplace.
And she's going down with all her friends.
Sounds like a fun time. Once again, happening next weekend at MBS from 11 a.m. to 8 p.m. Bring the family, and it sounds like it's going to be a full day out.
definitely.
Thank
See
you
next
very
week.
much, Liyana. Thank you so much. And thank you very much, O4X, for bringing in, some of the most exciting events here in Singapore. And of course, more to come from O4X as well. Thank you so much. And Shen is in the studio as well. Shen, thanks for coming down. All right, this has been The Big Show TV. Stand by for headline news and sports.
The Big Show with Glenn and Angel on Kiss 92.